What's up, YouTube? This is Cdog back with another Transformers review. This is on the Transformers Generation Studio Series SS-07 Leader Class Grimlock. Here he is out of the packaging already. Let's check out the packaging first. In front of the packaging, you can see an image of Grimlock there from the movie, or CGI anyway. Studio Series, Autobot Grimlock. Ages 8 and up, Hasbro, Transformers Age of Extinction, SS-07, Transformers, TakaraTomy, Hasbro. Side of the packaging shows another image of the CGI of Grimlock's head, and says Leader Class. The other side of the packaging shows a little bit more of Grimlock, but not much. Top of the packaging shows Transformers Age of Extinction with a little window. And the back of the packaging shows its little kind of bio wannabe thing. It says big screen inspired scale detail backdrop. You get two product images. Hong Kong Pursuit is the backdrop. Transforms in 30 steps. It says, freed from his confines, Grimlock unleashes massive Dinobot force. And you can see the cross sales. We have Leader Class Blackout. I did the review. Check out more in my Studio Series playlist. Link will be in the description. We also have SS-06 Starscream Voyager class, and then it shows him in front of the big Hong Kong backdrop. If you're looking to get the figure, so without further ado, let's get right into the review. And the start of the review will show you him in front of his backdrop. You can see there's the big Hong Kong backdrop. Looking at it in full, see Transformers Generations. You can see it basically looks like when Hound was throwing grenades at all the Viacons. Alright, so what comes with the figure is the backdrop and the instructions. And that is the only thing you get. So let's take a look at the figure itself. So right off the bat, I'm just going to do a little size comparison with Optimus Prime here. This is the first Optimus Prime, and now that I have it in hand, I actually think this is the better. I don't like the new one. I don't like the silver hubcaps. And I don't like the lower legs especially. I thought I didn't like this because in pictures, even in this video, it looks funny. But in hand, it's not the same. But that is what he looks like with the SS-05 Optimus Prime. I believe it's the 05. Yeah, 05. But and we're going to also bring him a little bit more in a little bit. Going on about the Optimus Prime, actually, it's also because the color blue is just horrid. I think what they're going to do is they're going to re-release the Voyager Optimus Prime with the trailer that transforms into his weapon deck or weapons bay, and that's what I think will be better colors. But anyways, looking at Grimlock here, fantastic figure. We'll bring him up close, get a little close up of his head sculpt here. Get some light on it as much as possible. There we go. Boom, it's got lots of articulation, so you can get nice and jiggy with it. As you can see, it's got a nice paint wash over the entire thing. It's done up with this darker green plastic, and then it's got this bright metallic green paint that is exactly like he looked like in the movie. And he's got his face mask, and you can see he's red, piercing red eyes. He's even got this thing, and this folds down for transformation, which is cool. It's a good way to accomplish that. Leaning back down onto the rest of the figure here, going up with some more details there. You can see he's got his two, basically these. It's like the other side of the jaw. You see how the jaw is missing here? This part of the jaw was supposed to flip up under here in the CGI. That's the idea of it. With these weird shoulder pads, it looks kind of like that would be it, but no. But you can see those are the bottom parts of the jaws on his upper pauldrons or chest, I guess, really. And he's got this kind of bridge right in front of his head. This is all done up in gray plastic, but you have that nice metallic green paint over the entire thing. You got it all over the entire dinosaur, basically. And it's even, it shows up on a lot of his armor. All of his hip armor has it. And it's not like, the newer figures where it's just somewhat. No, this is everywhere. They did a good job with this. I mean, just look at it all. We'll go through it actually a little bit slower than that. But you can see the shoulders, how they have the full paint job for one. And they even have the red eyes looking nice. And it's on both sides. So they didn't cheap out. And they sculpted these. And they're in a softer rubber, so you can kind of get some articulation out of it, I would assume. So you can see. It allows you to bring it through. He's even got it on his shoulder pad here. Then you get this darker gray charcoal plastic for the, yeah, like a charcoalish green. It's more charcoal than anything, but for the other parts, like in here, up here. Well, this is the charcoal. That's actually painted black, I think, yeah. But looking fantastic. You can see his hands. He's got more of the dino parts hidden here. But it's meant to be hidden. You can do that to hide it. To hide the mouth parts. And that probably looks a lot more accurate. You got it over here as well. You can see they did a good job mimicking this on both sides, except for it's two different parts. Yeah, on this side he's got his club. A lot of people think that's not accurate, but that's actually accurate to the movie. He had that club. He didn't have a hand, he had a club. He went whoop, with his big hand on the ground. It's this darker green plastic. Actually, no, it's darker green paint. Is it? No, it's dark green plastic with like the same paint color, but lighter version of it. And it's even got some of that darker paint. Like a darker paint wash. Not green, blackish. Or I think it's brownish. You can see it's even done on the thighs and up inside the thighs and everything. Like they went all out with this paint. It looks really nice. It's done up on the sides of his legs, the backs of his legs, the front of his legs. You can see all the armor and the bone pieces sticking out, just like in the movie. All four sides of the guard. Not this bendy part, but all the harder plastic parts. Actually, is that bendy? Yeah, this is bendy too. You can also do this too if you choose. That could make it, or so it makes it thinner. Pretty good. Checking at the back of him real quick. There, he's got a little peg. You can put like a sword or something there if they ever made something like that. You can see all the little details, the robot details. That looks really cool. It's like pistons that make it look like his arms go out, you see? I mean, they do go out, but just... And then he's got these parts that come down, fully painted back as well. Very nice. For articulation, first his head will go back and forth on this nice ball peg. And then it will go up with a little bit of lift. You can get it to go up, I think. That's it. Yeah, with the lift you go up. Let me lift this up a little bit. It's weird because there's not a lot of room here. Still working on the other room. I just got the couch moved out, so now I can actually have room. I just did that yesterday. But he goes up with a little bit of lift, but you can also look up on its own, but it looks down on its own. It doesn't go in. I don't know if that's supposed to do that for articulation, but it does. I showed you the belt. You can go side to side a little bit. Just that side to side. So some good articulation there. On the arms, shoulders, this one goes like pretty much 360, but you have to kind of watch it for the parts down here. So it goes around, but this part gets in the way. Goes out. This loud ratchet. Then you get a mushroom peg up in here for the bicep swivel. Go 360 if you need it to. You get a double. Is it double? I think it's a single joint, but it bends up like a double. Well, you get everything out of the way. Well, that's pretty much. It bends up. This is 90, so it bends up more than 90, which it's on a single though. He does have a rotating fist as well, and it's just on a swivel. There's no peg or anything. This arm, you get the 360 on the shoulder. You get just a little bit out to this part, because this part has a smaller version of this. This part, you can get this out of the way and go out about that far. If you swivel, it might look better, but You get the bicep swivel on the mushroom peg. It goes 360. You get a 90-degree bend at this. This is just a 90-degree bend. So it's interesting. And I thought they had oh no, they have it. See, it's molded at an angle. That's interesting too. It's the way they had to do it for. And then it's got this thing you can put out. It's for the tail mode, but you probably could use it for like a weapon or something. Almost like a knife, maybe. He has a waist swivel. That will go pretty much. No, it won't go all the way, but it does go nicely. It might go all the way if you kind of rough joust it, but there's a little peg. You can see it right there. That gets in the way. You don't want to shear that off. But I do think these things come up and out, so you could probably get it out of the way if you needed to. But no, anyways, wasting my time on that. Go out the side, pretty much all the way. You can actually get this out of the way more and get it to go all the way sideways. I don't think anyone ever showed you that. Forward, if you get everything out of the way, like I was showing you, you can move this forward. Oh, now everything's popping up out of place, but you can get it to go forward and back. Back about that far. We get the upper thigh swivel, I guess mid-thigh swivel. And this is, he's coming apart, so let me just put him back together. Wait, if this happens, just put that in there like that. And this one in there like that. And try to tab them together from the back like that. Like that, you want it pegged in all together. I'll show you. I mean, I obviously just showed you, but you can pop that back in place. So I was just trying to show you guys. He's also got a double jointed knee. Let me get this out of the way so I can get it to go through. Get this back. This actually goes back too. But I showed you the legs. So you get the double jointed knee. So you get this part that goes like there. And then this part here goes back. And you have screws to tighten it up. So if it's a little loose like mine was, now it's not as much. So you get that. Same thing on the other side, obviously. It's nothing, they're identical. And then you get front and back ankles. You do get some tilt, but I'm not really the hugest fan with tilt when it comes to big toys. Speaking of big toys, let's check out his height, shall we? Just get him all situated. So the way this works is you lift these up first. That allows you to bring this underneath, and then these go up on top, like that. So that's how you get that to work. All right. He's pretty stable too, and he's good QC. The only thing I have had problems with was his knee. And let's put that down. All right. So first I'm going to do it without the little spike. Let's see what that is. He's 9 inches without the little spike. With the spike, if I can get it without. There we go. I'm going to go on this side. He's 9.5. So that's how tall he is. I think Blackout's about 8 inches, and Megatron's probably 8 1/8 or 8 1/4. So, for posing, he's no problem to pose. You just, he's a little wonky in front of the camera here, but well, things like this just don't happen when I'm not on the camera. But you can easily pose him. Just to show you kind of how he poses. Get out of the way. There. Boom. Hands are there. Boom. So yeah, he poses, no problem. And he's not standing on his tail thing. That just looks kind of like it. Watch. See? Back. Okay, anyways. To transform him, first you're going to want to reattach this thing, because, of course, I had to take it off, so now it's falling off, it seems like. That's the way weak plastic is nowadays. The old Hasbro toys in the 80s, you take something peg off like this, you put it back on, it was hard. It didn't loosen up or anything like that. Not on normal cases. I'm gonna have to do this off cam. Boom. The magic of science. No, I wanted to make sure because I don't want it to get all warped and bent. All right. So to transform them, we're gonna take this and we're gonna put that down. That just goes there on that little like hinge. No big deal. All right. Next, we want to go to his arm, and you want to. We'll just take these out of the way, and then take this and swivel this down. All right. Now we're gonna rotate that outward. Actually 180 degrees. We're going to take this and lift this up. And we're going to put this fist into that hole right there. Like this. Boom. And in there like that. Boom. That now, whoops, it wasn't supposed to fall out. Like that. So it fits in there nicely, as you can see. All right. Then you go up, and there's pegs here and here that go in slots here and here, and you just connect those together. Let's get this so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Get the slot, and the slots go in together. All right, so we have one side done. Next, you want to go to this side, and we're going to want to pull out on the side here this straight like that. We're going to like that. Is it like this? Yeah, I think like that, right? Oh no, like this. You want it to go, so this is the back side of his shoulder. And this is the inside where the hollow part would go. That's not too hollow, but like that. And you pull this part down for now. So we have them like this. Now you want to go up under here, and you want to disconnect this part. And you remove these kind of go out to the side. That allows you then you go out to the side. Oh, great. This thing is... Well, anyways, let's just lift this out of the way for now. Push that up. I want to show you how you split this. So you split it from the back. There's a little pegging system. But you want to kind of unpeg it from up top, like this. See? And then that'll allow it to loosen up. You go from the back, you can see how it works. It's like that. Oops, did you see that? Well, I mean, it's easy. You just separate it. And then when you separate it, you bring them out to the side. Like this. You want to go to the feet, and you want to take the feet and reverse the feet 180 degrees each side. And then take the back and push it into the back of this hole. Like that. That'll lock the foot in place. Same thing on the other side. Flip back. This part goes into the hole. Just like so. Then this part is the front of the head. So you want to rotate it this way. Like, you're going to rotate this a little bit. You're going to turn it. Hold on. Rotate that so you can rotate this. Rotate this back down. That was just rotating at the shoulder joint. But so you can use this one is a left shoulder as the front of the Dino. And then before we attach anything more, you can take this part and flip it down. There's a little seam, but you can, like that. You can open it up like that. Then you can rotate this to the back. That'll hide that part. And then you can close it. There's a peg. How does this work? Oops. There's pegs right there. There's a slot right there that goes into a peg right there. And the same thing on the other side. Peg right there that goes in a slot right there. Get that out of the way. Peg everything back together. Oh, why is it not? There we go. Peg everything back together. Make sure everything's back realigned. And then there's a slot right there. that you're going to want to pull your leg up to, and you're going to want to do it at an angle. So it's not going to be 100% 90. This would be 90. You're going to want to kind of, it rotates a little bit too, have you noticed? So you rotate it back on this slantedness. You see what I'm saying? It only goes that far, enough so you can connect this to there. And the same thing on the other side. You rotate the figure 180 degrees, and then you connect that to there. All right. Now you're working with something here. Push that back. You push this back, and then you can also fold these down out of the way. Rotating this back to the frontward section. Once you have it, come on, why are you getting in the way? Oh, because this thing's in the way. Once you have it like this, you take these and flip. This is on the left shoulder, of course. What would be the left shoulder in the robot? You flip those down, and then it covers at that, and then you have the tail. And this flips back and kind of pegs up in here. So that's the bottom of the tail. And there you have him in pretty much all set in Dino mode. And you push these back a little bit so they go up like that. And there we have him in Dino mode. And because I've taken this off, it's all loose now. That's terrible. This part was already loose, but yeah. So you want to kind of lean him forward a little bit, because that's the way a real T-Rex was. All right. So in this mode, he's got an opening mouth. You can open it all the way like that, or you can just it's got an opening jaw, but you can open it more by just kind of pushing it. You've got ball jointed and swivels. These are on swivels too for some reason. For why they gave us a swivel here, you can see the mushroom peg right there. Oh, maybe it's not on a swivel. Oh, I saw this little, I thought maybe it was on a ball joint and swivel. Isn't it? No, I don't think it is. Anyways, so it's on a ball joint. Sorry about that, guys. But it goes up and down. You can go out a little bit. You also get this rotation part. So kind of do one of these. You get outer joint motion there. You don't want to do that. Oh, and then this part here, you see that little clip? That kind of, and then these tab in there like that. And then you can go forward and back. And you get the joint here at the knee. You also get the foot joint. So, decent amount of posability. And then the tail has this. And it will swivel a little bit. And that is pretty much his articulation for in Dino mode. But he could be ridden by Optimus Prime. So checking out that little ordeal, I think that's very cool. So that pretty much wraps up my review. We can do a quick size comparison here in Dino mode. So in Dino mode, he's about 7.5 inches to 8 inches tall, depending on where you have his head. He's a little bit down now. And then he looks like 14 inches long. So let me know what you think of the review. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe for more toy reviews. Oh. And as always, here we go. Well, here we go. Check out my other playlists. And as always, stay awesome, stay subbed, and stay tuned for the next video. Let me get them all over. There. Peace. That's a wrap, guys. I'm out.